Ο Τζορτζ Τζιτζίκος, ο Ελληνοαμερικανός επικοινωνιολόγος τριών πρώην Προέδρων των Ηνωμένων Πολιτειών, βρίσκεται στην Αθήνα καθώς αποφάσισε να επενδύσει στη χώρα των παππούδων του. Τον συναντήσαμε και μας μίλησε για την εμπειρία του από τη συνεργασία με τον Ντόναλντ Τραμπ και τους πατέρα και ιό Τζορτζ Μπούς. Μας περιέγραψε το πολιτικό κλίμα στην Ουάσιγκτον και τον ρωτήσαμε και για την κρίσιμη ψήφο των νέων. How's the political climate in the US 18 months before the election?
It's about as interesting as it's going to get. It's very toxic, it's very divisive, and it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. I think to myself sometimes, in a country of 300 million people, are these the best people that we have to run for president? Joe Biden's is 80-something years old. Donald Trump is a man that's been indicted and has possible other indictments coming down the pipe. And you just sit back and wonder, is this really the best that we have? And I think people are looking for a little civility. We've had about 6 or 7 years of a lot of noise coming out of Washington. And I think now that people just want a little calm and a little less chaos.
What are the main factors that will determine the winner of the election?
Well, I think, like in almost any country, the economy. People vote with their checkbooks in most instances. It's a little bit different this time because, again, the toxicity. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of, we're still kind of living through the 2020 election, thanks to Donald Trump, in that, he continues to keep hammering the fact that it was rigged. It wasn't rigged. I mean, Joe Biden won the election fair and square.
Besides the checkbooks, you have also very big questions in this election, like abortion rights.
Abortion is going to play a central figure. The Supreme Court, as you know, reversed Roe versus Wade and gave the control back to the states. So it's a very touchy issue. It is going to play a very important part, and that's going to affect a lot of the youth vote as well.
Young people, how do they vote? How do you motivate them?
Resonating the message. You've got to have that message that resonates with everybody, not just young people. In America today, young people are voting more with their more social issues than economic issues. We talked about abortion. That's a big motivating factor for a lot of young people. You talk about student loan debt. That's a big issue for a lot of young voters that have tons of student debt. Crazy things like the legalization of marijuana. That's a big issue with a lot of young people. For old guys like me, I don't understand some of this stuff. But you've got to have that message that resonates with the youth.
You have a very impressive resume, so I would like to know what's it like to work for a president.
Well, I've been very blessed in my life to have served 3 presidents, and even the last one. And the first president I served was President Bush Sr. As a young kid, right out of college, and I was at the Treasury Department traveling with Secretary Brady, who was our Treasury Secretary. And I'm a young kid, 23 years old, getting to go to G7 meetings and economic summits. Working for any president is always an honor. To serve your country, to see democracy in action, it's an honor and it's a privilege to do so.